Hello, my name is Deb C, and I'm a spiritual therapist. I spread knowledge, love, and ascension. Today I'm going to talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine and deprogramming. There is a grand rising of the divine feminine taking place on this planet as the feminine essence rises to take back the power from the fallen masculine and all the suppressive programming. The women who are at the forefront blazing the trail to anchor the powerful energy are no ordinary women. They represent the divine goddess who represents power, wisdom, and unconditional love. That is her purpose on this planet. The embodied feminine perplexes the distorted masculine. They feel emasculated, for all their attempts of control have failed. The fallen masculine does not understand that they thrive in our society only because the feminine is wounded and gave up their power. The distorted masculine only knows how to control and suppress the feminine because deep down they fear their power. The divine feminine is completely healed feminine. She is as is and has no filters. She sees the divine within herself and has already gone through the healing process of accepting every part of herself. The divine feminine cannot be suppressed or controlled. She holds in her awareness all her past lives and all her experiences. She goes about her mission with determination and strength. Her aura is overflowing with divine love and effortlessly heals everyone that goes in her sacred path. The next 1,000 years will be controlled by mercy, patience, and love of the divine feminine, working in conjunction with the divine masculine and the love Shekhinah light. This raises our awareness and helps us with ascension. The divine masculine is what allows us to take decisive action, but not aggressive or angry action. It is the divine masculine's energy that unites the world. They protect and provide for their community. The divine masculine listens to the divine feminine's knowledge, receives her intuitive wisdom with openness, and then acts on that knowledge with confidence. The wounded masculine perverts this by creating conflict when fear has overtaken faith and they feel the need to prove their sense of worth due to distorted feelings of unworthiness. We are currently experiencing an imbalance between the masculine and the feminine energies. Our world has learned and leaned too far in the direction of the masculine energies and not enough feminine energy to balance it out. A great deal of distorted masculines are playing on our world stage, and they are responsible for conflict, violence, and unhealthy competition in many forms. By injecting more feminine power into our lives and into our communities, we can balance Earth. This will help to elevate the codependent, wounded masculine stuck with the needy, wounded female. The divine feminine and divine masculine are the sacred polarities that exist in creation, described as the heart and the brain, the earth and the spirit, the yin and the yang. We all possess both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Although convention portrays male, female as dualistic dynamic speaking exponentially, every person's gender identity exists on a unique continuum. These universal archetypes correspond to female energy qualities of creativity, receptivity, and flow, as opposed to male energy's influence of form, structure, and action. The presence, interplay, and balance of both are crucial in reawakening to our realities as spiritual beings. Their balance transcends dualism. The overabundance of divine masculine is experienced as rigid, unyielding, and violent, and when the divine feminine is overemphasized, the results are smothering, micromanaging, and the need to control outcomes. But doing the inner work balances out our energy fields, our minds, our bodies, and it balances out our male and female polarities. As we ascend, so does the power of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Deprogramming is releasing someone from brainwashing of their reality. The process by which people who have adopted profoundly new sets of attitudes, beliefs, and values have their original attitudes, beliefs, and values restored. We all have been programmed from birth to feel and live in the negative with fear. Exiling from this belief sets makes us free and gives us clarity and enlightenment. No one thing or place has the right to program our mind. We are free to learn, to think, and be in harmony with the collective consciousness. Fear of the unknown stops people from going forward. Remember, it is only an illusion. We are not here to compete. We are here to coordinate, cooperate, and complement each other. If we know ourselves completely, we cannot think we are superior or inferior. We just are. Be grateful that the God Divine has opened our eyes so we can see what is unfolding while others are still asleep and not so lucky due to the fact that they have such a limited perspective of our reality. Get stuck in karma. You can choose to stop the wheel of karma. You can get off at any time by forgiving ourselves and others who are karmically connected to us. We all have a moment in our childhood that has left us with life-altering effects. If we go back there with all our power and all our knowledge that we have now and heal and help that child, it raises our consciousness and raises our soul level. Letting go gives us unfathomed amount of freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If we still cling to anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot truly be free. It is our right and our duty to rid ourselves of lower egotistic nature that bind and blind us. We need to purify and deprogram ourselves so that we can receive God's divine perfection of life. The separation of Source, the thickest veil, is on planet Earth. That's why it is the most challenging and rewarding at the same time. The goal is to master energy by mastering polarity, to actualize our multi-dimensional light body while still incarnated. Our reward for activating our light bodies, reaching enlightenment on the way to ascension, we get to write our own ticket for the next adventure. We will be revered by all other dimensional beings, our divine abilities will activate. We will be sought after for our skills in other worlds. To achieve heaven on earth, we have to be 50% light body and 50% physical body. To achieve this, we must heal ourselves emotionally and energetically. Choose love over fear. Don't watch the fearful media. Ask for help from your guides. They hear you. They are always there to help you. There really is no evil, just beings who have a contract to be evil in our human experience. Since we are now entering the 1,000 years of light, the light is in charge. God's Shekhinah light will enter more spaces and fill us with infinite love. Be well and be blessed.